What do King Charles, Rishi Sunak, Greta Thunberg and Leonardo DiCaprio all have in common? They might sound like an unlikely group, but they're all either rumoured or confirmed to be heading out to COP28 in Dubai over the next 2 weeks. I'm Jessica Frank-Keys, political reporter at City A.M, and I'll be telling you what the UK government, royal family, Hollywood actors and climate activists all have in common. What is COP28? Well, in 1992, over 150 countries, including the United Kingdom, met in Brazil to sign a climate treaty, an agreement to work together to protect our planet from the worst effects of climate change. Now, every year, COP, or Conference of the Parties, sees these states gather together to ensure they're still on track to meeting these goals. So, where is COP taking place this year? It's in the Middle East, in the United Arab Emirates, specifically in Dubai. And you might be wondering, how did this happen? Well, countries go through a bidding process to host the COP summit, a little bit like competing to host the Olympics or the World Cup. Ironically, the UAE is one of the world's biggest oil-producing nations, despite being in the Middle East and being vulnerable to some of the world's worst effects of climate change. So it's safe to say this has raised a few eyebrows and a lot of people have found it a little bit ironic. COP takes place every year, but this year it's getting a lot more media attention. And this is because it's seen as particularly crucial for keeping 1.5°C alive. This means limiting global average temperature rises to 1.5 degrees Celsius above those of the Industrial Revolution period, which is when we started burning fossil fuels. However, the United Nations has warned that this window is rapidly narrowing, so it's going to be a pretty big deal. One of the things the countries will have the chance to do is negotiate what's called a global stocktake. This is an official chance for them all to look at how well they're doing at meeting their climate targets so far. If you've been following climate news here in the UK, you might have heard that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has recently announced what some are calling a rollback to some of the UK's green commitments, including delaying a ban on selling new petrol and diesel cars, some of the most polluting on the roads. His argument is that the UK is racing ahead to meet its green pledges, and he wants to take his foot off the gas to take the public with him, given that going green during a cost of living crisis can be expensive. I'll be flying to Dubai for this year's COP28, and when I get back, I'll be bringing you everything you need to know. But for now, we at City A.M would love to know your predictions for COP28 and what the next year holds. So let us know in the comments below.